Hi. Over the years, thousands of drummers have asked me how I develop my skill set. In this video series, we'll be looking at ways to help you become a better drummer and land those big gigs. Hi. In today's lesson, we're going to be discussing how to tune the drums for rock and roll. So if you didn't see my first lesson, which was how to tune the drums for jazz, be sure to go back and check out that video, because the concepts that I'm going to be discussing today, I've already discussed in more detail in the jazz video. I'm going to use the same approach, but just in a different register, tonal register for the drum in order to get a good rock sound. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to listen to each lug point again. As you can hear, the sound of this drum is really nice and even, but it's quite high. So what we want to do is bring down the tone of this bottom head so that we can get more girth in our sound. And again, this is a 14 by 14 ash shell made by Canopus. So we're just going to bring them all down a bit. And I always like to tune across from each lug as opposed to tuning around individually like that. That's just the way I do it. I want to make sure the sound is even across on the other side of the shell. Let me drop this down all a bit more. And I'm just detuning. So now this is significantly lower than where we just were. Now I want to try and even out this tone at this particular pitch. Let me turn off these snares. So you can hear the difference in the tone there. That's quite low. These two are much higher, so let's bring these down a bit. Now you can hear on these lugs, you can hear the head actually kind of vibrating up against the shell of the drum, which is never a good thing because it just kind of makes noise. So that means that those lug points need to come up a bit. So I'm going to bring these up. Okay. Now you can hear that's kind of giving you that wang. So let's just bring that up a little bit more. And get rid of those, all of the yang. And now, so the bottom head is almost in tune. You can hear it's quite even. I'm just going to bring these two up here just a touch. These two are a bit lower, so let's come out with those just a little bit. This one up a touch. And you can kind of hear the resonance of the drum and how it's all kind of coming together. That's a little low. Let's bring this up just a touch here. There we go. Okay, now we're going to flip the drum over and tune the batter side. Okay, now we've got the drum right side up again, and of course, the first thing we want to do is take a listen to what the batter side of the head sounds like as we move in on our rock tuning. So you can hear that's obviously quite high-pitched. And what we want to do is bring the whole sound of this drum down. So we've already detuned the bottom head, but now we want to detune the top head. So I'll just go ahead and start. And because I know that this is way too high, I'm just going to bring all the lugs down. And here I'm kind of using like a half turn on each lug. So you can hear already that's dropped the pitch of this drum significantly. But now with this, I'll just tune this, I'll just exaggerate this just to make the point. I'll detune this even a little bit more. Okay, now it's starting to kind of give you that feedback quality. Wow. Okay, so that's obviously something that we don't want. Right now I'm using Evans G14, so these are single ply heads. Some of the thicker heads, you know, whatever company makes your drum heads, with the thicker heads, you know, you'll get more of a thud. The sound generally is not quite as bright as a clear single ply head, but I like bright and you know, the quickness of that sound. So anyway, we'll get rid of these bad tones by again looking at each lug point. And what I'm listening for here is I want to hear where the head is rattling against the shell of the drum, which is what's creating that all of that noise and that ugliness. So you can hear it here. And you can hear it more again here. So these two lugs, we're just going to bring these up straight away. Just to try and get rid of that ugliness. You can hear it happening here a bit as well, so we'll try and get rid of that. Take a listen. Already this drum just sounds great. It's a good sounding drum. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing on the other toms, and then we'll be right back. So now I've finished tuning all the other toms with the same technique that we just discussed for rock drumming. So now I'm going to just play a little bit so that you can hear what the rock tuning sounds like on the same drum set that I use for the jazz tuning. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. You can visit me on my Instagram, which is Jonathan_Joseph_drums_. You can find me there, or you can visit me at my website, which is JonathanJosephDrums.com. If you're interested in my book, Exercises in African American Funk, you can find that on Amazon.com. Just type in my name and the name of the book. That's it for now. Peace.